Good morning, good morning. Today I'm in the beautiful Wrightwood, California, and I'm gonna be hiking to Pine Mountain and Dawson Peak via the Acorn Trail. This is a 10.5-mile trail with 4,500 feet of elevation gain to the second and third tallest peaks in the Angeles National Forest. Let's see how we do. The first part of this hike starts off on this road, Acorn Drive. We gotta hike this until we get to the actual trailhead. It's gorgeous out here. Let's get this. All Trails says that this hike will take around 8 to 9 hours. So let's see how we do. Let's see if we could keep up with that pace. Down there is part of the town of Wrightwood. You can see the desert in the back. It's a beautiful day. The sun coming up is amazing. Right now we're working our way up to the top of these mountains. We're gonna somehow find ourselves up there, and that's gonna be the top of Wright Mountain. And then from there we're gonna push on to Pine Mountain, and then we're gonna go down Pine Mountain and make our way up to Dawson Peak. So big day, let's get it. So right now it's 7:44 a.m. We have gone about 1.2 miles and we've gone up about 1,000 feet. We're taking our first little break right here to get some water and smack up our s'mores granola bar. Beautiful day. The views all around are crazy. Super grateful to be out here and to be hiking and to be using my body to climb up these mountains. All right, we're approaching the ridge line right here at Wright Mountain, so it's starting to even out. I'm excited to see the views once we make it up there. All right, so we made it up here to the top of the Acorn Trail. Wright Mountain's gonna be over this way, and then over this way is the Blue Ridge Truck Trail. That's Pine Mountain, which I could see we have our first problem. I was not expecting snow on top of Pine Mountain. There was a storm a couple weeks ago that brought snow to the mountains, but honestly it was like 3 weeks ago and it was the first storm, so I wasn't expecting there to still be snow up there. So we're gonna play it step by step. We're gonna see what the conditions are like when we get up there, but first we gotta make it to Wright Mountain. This is supposed to be the Pacific Crest Trail, but there's down trees all up over this, so we gotta find our way to navigate this. I feel like I'm gonna come through right here. Okay, that didn't work. Then I'm gonna hop over this. All right, we made it out of there. We could have just kept taking the truck trail, but what's the fun in that, you feel me? First snow on the trail. That's ice right there. There's supposed to be a trail that takes you up to the top of Wright Mountain, but honestly, I don't see much of a trail. We're kind of just moving. So I'm following my all trails. I'm following my GPS, staying as close as I can to the trail, but it's pretty tough. We're just kind of moving in the general correct direction. All right, so this is the summit of Wright Mountain. Not too much going on up here. It is really pretty though. There's a lot of trees. It's really flat. So honestly, it's super gorgeous. I don't think there's a register or anything, or maybe I just haven't found it, but we're gonna keep it pushing right now towards the direction of Pine Mountain. But I wanted to stop here right now just because this might be the only peak I hit today. So I wanted to at least get one in. And it's beautiful. This is like a really beautiful area. I might try to camp here at some point. We'll see how it goes. Right there is Mount Baden-Powell. That's a hike I did not too long ago. Beautiful hike, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely want to go back again. That's where I saw the Wally Walden tree. Amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that looks insane. I hope we could get up there because my goodness, this is gonna be crazy if we can. And right here, the real journey begins. Let's get this. This looks crazy, man. Real quick snack break before we start the climb. I got some salami, some cheese, and some chocolate covered cranberries. Absolutely smacking out here. Made it to the first fall summit. We're at about the same height as Wright Mountain right now, so we still got a ways to go. All right, next order of business is to make it across this block of ice. The trail's over there on that side. We're gonna take it slow and be extremely careful. Right now we're at 8,800 feet and we've hiked about 3.6 miles. So we got about a little bit less than 1,000 feet left of vertical gain and probably like a little bit less than a mile to make it to the top of Pine Mountain. We just passed some pretty sketchy sections. I took it nice and slow. Coming back down, I might have to take it even slower, but I feel good. I'm not too tired. So I think we're gonna be able to push it to Pine and to Dawson. So let's keep going. Starting to encounter a lot more snow. So if this keeps up, we might have to turn back. But these sections of the mountains aren't as exposed, so at least for right now I could keep it pushing because there's no serious threats. If I slip, I'm not going nowhere. But if we come up to a section that is a little bit more treacherous, I'm gonna have to call it. So far so good, we're still pushing. We just came across this snowfield. Honestly, I contemplated turning around. I made it a few steps and I was like, this is not gonna work. But after calming down, I found some strong footholds that were right there by the guy that just came up. And he made it up without spikes. So I was like, you know what, as long as I take it slow, it's pretty low risk right here. I think we're gonna make it. So We made it up here out of the snowfield. We're still gonna keep pushing to the peak, but if it gets any worse, and I mean any worse, we're turning back and calling it a day. Honestly, I think it's time. We hit this spot right here, and you could see there's a pretty steep drop off with the ice right here. If I slid down that, I'm just gonna keep going. It sucks. I'm literally like 0.2 miles away, like 200 feet of elevation gain. The peak is literally right there. But I've thought about it. I even tried going up another way. It's not gonna happen. Today's not the day. We waited too long. I don't want to call it, bro. I want to go up there so bad. Like, y'all don't even understand. It's like teasing me, bro. And I know that I'm not gonna have another chance to hike it this year. If the snow is this bad already, I'm not gonna have the chance to hike it this year. Which means I'm gonna have to do Baldy without summiting the second and third tallest peaks. Completely against my plan, but it is what it is. So what we're gonna do now, I guess, is just find an aesthetic spot to set up for lunch, enjoy a sandwich, enjoy the views, and ponder our failure. It sucks, but it's part of the journey, I guess. Everybody has to have at least one failed summit attempt. I've been knocking out all these peaks without any trouble, so it was bound to happen. I'm not calling it a comeback just yet, but the snow on this side of the mountain is a lot softer. I was looking for a spot to have lunch. I came across this, so I'm gonna keep pushing to see how high I could go. So we're going off trail, but we're not too far from the trail. I got my map. Let's see if we could push it. I'm curious. Bro, I think that's the top. Bro, I think we made it to the top. You're lying. Did we just overcome the odds? There's no chance. Bro, this is the top. Wow. Bro, let's go. Second tallest peak in the San Gabriel Mountains, Pine Mountain, 9,600 and something feet. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I did not think we were gonna make it up here. So standing up here is like a gift from God, I swear. We got Baldy in the back, Dawson over there. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Bro, we made it. There's no way. I cannot believe this. Man, just look at this view. Look at this view. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't think I'm gonna go for Dawson today because of the snow. But my goodness. Bro, this guy's going. Should I go? He's going. If he's going, I gotta go. Bro, if the old guy pushed it, I have to push it. He's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's got years of experience. We're here, bro. We came to hike Pine Mountain and Dawson Peak. So we're going to push forward. We're going to keep moving. Bro, I could actually see people on top of Baldy. Let's go. Shout out to everybody that made it up there today. That's crazy. So there is a super faint trail, but because of the snow on the ground, I'm having to do a lot of navigation to get around. Sometimes it makes the trail disappear altogether, so we're kind of just heading in the general right direction and hoping for the best, you feel me? All right, we made it. Dawson Peak, 9,571 feet. Right here behind me is the register. Where's it at? Somewhere right here. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Let me show you all these views. All right, so let's take a look around. I believe that that peak right there is Telegraph Peak. I'm pretty sure that's Cucamonga Peak. I could be wrong about these, but I'm pretty sure it's Cucamonga. This is Baldy. That's West Baldy. And then over here you got Iron Mountain. I believe this is like Hawkins, South Hawkins. You got Throop and Burnham right here. And then you got Mount Baden Powell over there. Those are all mountains I've done. I have not yet done Iron Mountain, but that one's next after Baldy. We made it up here in 4 hours, almost exactly. It's 12 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna have some lunch really quick, hydrate up, and then we're gonna start pushing our way back down. Daylight savings time was yesterday, so it's gonna get dark quick. I do have a headlamp just in case I gotta finish off the hike in the dark, but oh my gosh. You can see Pine Mountain back over there. We gotta find ourselves back up there. Damn. We hit the second and third tallest peaks. That means Baldy is next. That's all that's left for me in the San Gabriel Mountains. Rough terrain. Obviously we had snow in the mix. Almost thought about turning back, but we found an alternate route. Absolutely insane. This is why I hike, bro. Oh, we're up here. We're up here and we're out here. Let's get it. It's 12:30, so it's time to get up off these mountains. Oh my goodness, that's what we gotta go back up. Make our way back up Pine Mountain. Damn. It's about to be a mission. Solid progress. I say we're about halfway there. Got a lot to go. This is what it's looking like. Oh my gosh. All right, we made it back up to Pine. Now we're going to descend Pine. The same way we came up, we're gonna try to go down. Like I said, that ice was sketching me out on the trail. So we're gonna take this southeast approach to try to get up off this mountain and then join up with the main trail shortly. So fingers crossed, let's go. Right here in the middle of nowhere, we're making good progress. Like I said, this snow is a lot softer, so I'm gonna keep following this down until I absolutely have to rejoin the trail. All right, I just made it down from that area where it got really snowy, really icy. Honestly, it was extremely sketchy. We came down it safely. Because the sun has been up, the snow was a little bit softer, so I was able to go down backwards and dig the front of my foot in and kind of just make my own path down the snow. So definitely not doing that again though. I will be prepared in the future, but it wasn't too bad. I would say it wasn't too crazy. So I haven't been recording much on the way down because this is what the trail looks like. There was 2 spots where I genuinely had to lock in with like every ounce of my ability. Luckily we made it down safe. This is crazy. Do not come here unless you are crazy. I had to genuinely lock in, take like 10 deep breaths, bro, and just go for it. I've never been in any situation like that in my life. All right, right here at the saddle between Pine Mountain and Wright Mountain, which means we have officially made it off of Pine Mountain, bro. That was insane. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water right now, and then we're gonna keep it pushing. Honestly, I'm a little bit gassed. Not too gassed, I feel good, but definitely a long day. Definitely a long day. You can see the views around me right here. Crazy. Back on Blue Ridge Truck Trail. We just got to follow this until we hit the junction for the Acorn Trail. Should be some light work, and then it's all downhill from there. We made it 2.7 miles back to Wrightwood. Let's get this. 0.5 miles left. Overly cooked. You can see the sweat on my face. It's dried up. I got extra salt right there. All right, we've made it back to Acorn Drive, which means that our hike to Pine Mountain and Dawson Peak and Wright Mountain is officially over. That's at least 10.5 miles, at least 4,500 feet of elevation gain. Crazy day, big day, but we did it. I'll catch you on the next one.